Hey guys, it's Imperial 40k here. Today I am coming at you with another tactics video. Today's tactics video is going to be on the Space Marine Scouts. These are just regular scouts. If you're looking for Space Marine Sniper Scouts, I'll have another video up very shortly covering these guys because they're pretty different to this. The sniper rifle makes a big difference in the tactics. So by the time you check out this video, that video should be out as well. But today we're just going to concentrate on this for now, for today's video. So, Space Marine Scout. So today guys, I'm just going to, like most of my tactic videos are going to be doing this. So I'll go over the points, info, kind of stuff and upgrades points. Then I'll go into some basic tactics. That should help you move around the board and choose, make decisions. And then some strategies to help you in the real game time, kind of things to use, to help you out a bit more. Ideas, really. So we'll go straight into it. So, here we go. Okay. That is really blurry and I still don't know how to work this thing. So, I'll just read it out for you quickly. It's a scout squad. 75 points. Composition of 4 scouts, 1 scout sergeant. It's an infantry. It's got scout armor, bolt, pistol, bolt gun, frag and crack grenades. They shall know no fear. Combat tactics, combat squad, infiltrate, move through cover, scouts. So that's very helpful for like a stealthy kind of squad, which is what you should be using these guys as, a stealth squad. Okay, options. May include up to 5 additional scouts, 13 points. Any model may replace his bolt gun with a shotgun, combat blade or sniper rifle for free. 1 scout may replace his bolt gun with a heavy bolter or a missile launcher for 10 points. The Scout Sergeant may replace his bolt gun and or bolt pistol for a combi, melter, flamer or plasma for 10 points, plasma pistol for 15, power weapon for 15 and power fist for 25. The Scout Sergeant may take melter bombs for 5 points or a teleporter hammer for 15 points, and the entire squad may have camo cloaks 3 points per model. Okay, that was a lot. I'm trying to get this done pretty quick because I've got a lot to cover. Okay, so I can't really specify on one gun that you should glue to your models. I got shotguns. I know for some reason out there when you go to the Scout forums they always say shotguns are the shittest thing you could ever think of. I've found a good use for them and I'll explain that a bit later on, but I can't really specify one gun because they all kind of got different tactics for each gun and they got different uses. So that's pretty much that. Averagely about 90 point squad this Scout squad will be. So let's get into here. I'll just put that away. So, okay, normal tactics now. Okay, so formation. If it's a 5-man squad, you don't need to worry about it. If it's a 10-man squad, you should probably think about maybe, I don't know, keeping them a spread or organised formation. Probably spread would be the best. But when you come on to the board, you'll have to be organised if you're doing like outflank. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go back and take a look at my tactical squad video. And that'll explain it a bit. Okay, so deployment. Now deployment, if you're not outflanking using infiltrate and scout, you should be infiltrating and scouting. So no matter what, always use those 2 special rules. They just make life better for you, unless there's a very specific reason behind it. So you can infiltrate up to 18 inches away from the enemy target, because you're 24 inches apart. So now you're 18 inches away. You can scout up to 12, so now you're 12 inches away. And then you can start the game 12 inches away from the enemy, and they might be bogging themselves. That's kind of a strategy they're going to use in a second, but yeah, so that's it for now. Combat squad. If you have 10, it's a good option. Well, that's kind of obvious, because if you don't have 10, you can't combat squad. A lot of people get like a sniper squad, 5-man sniper squad I'd probably prefer, and a 4-man normal scout squad with a heavy weapon. Or you put a heavy weapon in the sniper squad and have a 5-man, like, they usually have a close combat squad, like a combat blade and pistols, and they split them up when they're not doing like kill point, kind of kill the alien, purge the alien, something like that, game type, where you have to kill enemy squads, because these are quite fragile and weak. Yeah, 5-man's not very too good. So, now we're onto movement. Yeah, always move. Obviously sniper scouts won't, but that's another video. But yeah, always move, guys. Unless specified, as usual. Shoot as much as you can. These guys don't have a lot of power behind them, but they, you need to utilize whatever they have. So shoot if you can. If you can't, it's always good to have a little pot shot kind of snapshot. Let's say a tank with that rocket launcher every now and then to just make him a bit worried. Assault. Always assault. This is like every unit in the game. You should always assault, especially if they're a close combat unit that's coming towards you. Take away their +1 attack and make it +1 to you, so then it's a bit more even. Although you probably still might lose, you'll stay in there for longer and you'll have a better chance of coming out on top. So always assault first. Transport, no. I said that very quickly because just no. You can't get any dedicated transport to scouts, unfortunately. You can't get a Rhino, Razorback, or even a drop pod. You don't really need a drop pod or Rhino or Razorback because they've got special rules that help you get around the board anyway. But you can get them in Land Raiders, believe it or not. They can get in Land Raiders. And I think maybe the Storm Ravens. They just recently announced that Storm Ravens can now be bought by Space Marines. It's not just like a Blood Angels and Grey Knights only thing. I kind of actually predicted this because if you go into the rulebook of 6th edition, it says Storm Raven in the Space Marines list. So it was like, yeah, I just foresaw it. You know, it was a bit of a leak in a way. I don't think it was a misprint, and I was right. So anyway, yeah. So Land Raider, you'd have better uses for it. Same with the Storm Battalion. You'd rather transport Terminators or something like that. Okay, so now we're getting on to some strategy. So that's all basic tactics to help you just move around the board and make decisions. Now we've got some ideas/strategies. Okay, so my first strategy, it's going to go in order of my most preferred to my least preferred. So this one, it's most preferred because it works a lot more than the other ones. I'd recommend a shotgun over a blade or a bolt gun, and I would recommend 5-man rather than a 10-man or any more than that squad. You know, like split them up if you've got a 10-man combat squad and the 2 squads that can do this, or maybe one sniper squad, one that, you know. Okay, so it's just outflank strategy. So you start in reserve, use the outflank. You just need, if you don't know what outflank is, you just need the scout or infiltrate rule, or the outflank rule itself, and you can use outflank. And it's pretty much just where you stay in reserve, starting round 2, you start roll off to see if you get on the board and outflank. And it's pretty much you just choose one side. So say the table's this way, there's one army over here, and there's one over there. You can start on either side. You can deploy along one of the side table edges. So let's say 1 or 2. If you roll 1 or 2, you'll go on the left side. If you roll 3 or 4, you go on the right side. And if you roll 5 or 6, you get to choose which side. So 3 out of 4 times you should land where you want to go. What you're gonna want to do, I say that quite a lot, gonna wanna. So say there's a heavy weapon squad and it's weak and it's sitting at the back somewhere, roughly close to a table edge. You're gonna go, okay, well they're very shit at close combat. I'll charge in on them and ruin the party because they're annoying me at range. Not very good at close combat. Or even there might just be an objective and there's like an average squad there. You might just want to be what do you call it? Contesting the objective, just so then he doesn't get that extra 3 kill points. Victory points, sorry, they're called now. So yeah, it may not be a weak. So you're either looking for a weak squad or an objective that you want to couple up. Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah. Okay, so let's say I roll and I get on. Now with infiltrating, at least 50% of the squad has to be touching the side table edge, and everyone else that isn't has to be touching a person that is touching the side table edge. So that's the best you can get right there. So you have 2 guys in front, 3 guys touch the table edge. So you say you do roll correctly. If you don't, you're going to have to probably improvise. But for now, we're just going to say you do because you most likely will. Now, this is why I'd like to quickly bring up why shotguns are better. Okay. So you start on this edge. It counts as moving for 1. So your rocket launcher or your heavy bolter will have to snapshot. So you can shoot normally though because bolt guns and all that and don't get affected by it. Only heavy weapons and I think that's about it. They get affected by it, and like silo weapons, I don't know what the fuck they are. So yeah, you start off and you can't assault that turn as well. So with a bolt pistol, you get 4 shots, because you've got a rocket launcher guy as one of them. 4 shots, 2 of them will hit, 1 of them will wound, and it's a 50% chance that they will die. Unless it's like Imperial Guard as such, they won't have an armor save. But if you've got a shotgun, you've got double the amount of shots. So you've got 8 shots, 4 hit, 2 will wound, and you should have on average 1 person die all the time. But you know, it depends on which army you're versing in that. That's why I prefer these guys. It's because you get more shooting, and then the next turn, if they still sat there and ignored you, you can then shoot them again with 2 more shots, and you have 4 attacks from each individual, like each of these shotgun models, and then you're going into the assault and getting 2 attacks, getting the 1+ and all that. It's so much better than bolt pistols. You use bolt pistols for when you're using a storm, what do you call it? A land speeder storm. That's it. Okay, so you come on, you roll. So here you go. You've got 6 shotguns, 2 for the sergeant. But on average, you'll land about 5. You get 5 hits on average. Let's just say that. And then on average again, you get about 3 or 2. Let's just say we get 3. And then there you go. You should have at least 1 person die. Okay? So if it all works, it should always kill someone. At least it's got a better chance with the bolt gun. Sorry, the camera's gone a bit orangey there. I don't know why it did that. So yes, this is why the strategy is really good. I think it works out quite a lot of the time. If you don't want to try and approach one of these crummy squads, so this is like a close combat strategy if you haven't already figured that. If you don't want to try go for the objective or a crummy squad that would be very terrible at close combat, what you could do is, let's just scrap that for a second. There might be a pesky wabbit, like a predator as such. It's a really good tank, it's got great armaments, it's pretty cheap. The lascannon one isn't so cheap, but it's still cheaper than buying 3 lascannon devastators. And it's got front armor 13, that's a bit tough, you can't get through that. It's got weak side armor though, 11. So this is another thing you could use. This is why you need a rocket launcher probably over a heavy bolter. You go on the side, and even if you're only snapshotting the first turn, it's still going to scare the shit out of him. And he might start to tear the turn this way, try and see if he can get both of you. And then he's, he's devoting forces to this guy, okay? These guys are good distractors. While the rest of your army moves up and tries to kill this big bastard. So these guys are really good distractors. Use them as that, okay? This is a good reason why you should use them. They don't typically have to kill a lot for you. Don't expect them to, because they won't. But they are very good distractors. Okay, my second strategy now is head on. It's a very basic strategy. Okay, so let's say we start here. Let's just say, no, this is just an infantry unit. Let's just not say it's heavy weapons, because heavy weapons probably won't be there. Let's say there's 24 inches between them. Okay, so this is at the start of the map. You both go up as far as you can in your deployment on both teams. So you probably need to go first to do this. I don't really use it very much. I always usually outflank, but you need to do this sometimes because your opponent will get used to what you do if you outflank too much. So you infiltrate for a start. So you don't deploy. You infiltrate in before the game. Now you're 18 inches away. Then you scout after infiltrating. Now you're only 12 inches away. Okay, now first turn, if he doesn't steal the initiative, which he shouldn't, you again then move another 6 inches. That's really close, but for some reason my camera doesn't show it that fast. So now you're another 6 inches. Now you're only 6 inches away from the enemy, and he hasn't even reacted yet. Now on average, so just shoot shotguns, don't shoot the rocket launcher, because otherwise you won't be able to assault. And now say you maybe take two wounds off these guys, or you kill about 2 guys. Then you assault. On average, when you roll 2 dice, you should get a 7. Unfortunately, I got a 4 there, but on average, you'll get a 7. You only need 6 inches to get to them. So on average, you should get to them. And there you go. He's already in an assault, locked down by you, and he's probably going to lose about 5 guys that turn. He hasn't even moved. He hasn't moved an inch. He's just been caught by surprise. So that's pretty much that strategy, guys. Oh, sorry, I knocked the camera there. That's that strategy, guys. It's very simple. It works, but you need a bit of luck on your side. You know, you kind of need to go first and a few other things like that. For that one, I'd probably recommend bolt pistols and combat blades they probably work a bit better over the shotguns, because you only get one turn before you assault rather than two when you're outflanking. 2 shooting turns. And you got me. Okay. Or I'd recommend the bolt gun, and you can be an objective holder. So this is what a lot of people just do with these guys, because they're pretty shitty. They just put them at the back of the map, chuck them in one of these buildings, and they just sit there. And because they're troops, they just defend and hold the objective on their side, while the rest of their powered armor Space Marines run up the field and try to capture other things. That works fine. You know what? But these guys won't be worth your points to you. Okay? This is why I don't really like this strategy. It's because they won't do enough to earn their points that you spent on them. And like this squad here, it is just a 85-point squad. I might chuck a melter bomb on the sergeant. I think it's here. Yeah, might chuck a melter bomb on him. Try not to make his sergeant stand out by putting a combat blade on his back. Make him just blend in with the squad, so then the guy doesn't know who the sergeant is. Okay? So that's a 90-point squad. He's not going to do a lot sitting at the back in that building. Use these guys as infiltrators, annoying, distracting units. Okay? So just think about that, guys. Yeah, so that's pretty much it, guys. Utilize cover. Get camo cloaks for these guys if you need to, if you're going to be holding objectives or maybe outflanking into cover. That really helps. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. If you like this video, I want you to look for, put a like in the comments. I need to start getting feedback on whether my videos are actually half decent. So, if you like these videos, if they were helpful, please press like. Subscribe if you want to see more of my videos and check out the channel. And what else? Comment if you think I made an error, or if you want the next tactics video to be, because I'll pretty much be doing this straight afterwards. Then I'm up for anything. I might do the HQ, I might do Terminators, maybe not quite Terminators, I don't know, depends. I think I've got a command squad someone wanted me to do, so I might do that. So that's pretty much it, guys. If you comment if you think I've done something wrong on next tactics video, like if you like the video, subscribe for more vids. That's it, guys, really. This is Imperial 40K here, signing out.